Hola, yo soy Angélica y hoy tengo conmigo a mi amiga.
Susan.
Muy bien. El día de hoy les vamos a grabar un video acerca de las experiencias que Susan ha tenido aquí en Colombia, cómo se ha sentido, qué tal le ha parecido, porque es su primera vez acá en Colombia. So basically we are going to make a video where we are going to talk about Susan's experiences here in Colombia, and it's her first time here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you first about the security of the country. How have you felt in this country? In this moment, Susan is in Cali. Yes. So have Cali is, we can say, is one of the dangerous cities from Colombia. So what's your perspective? What do you think based on what you have lived?
When I first came here, I heard from my mom's friends that Cali is like one of the most dangerous place, the city within Colombia, and I just kind of knew when I was getting on the plane, so I was like, okay, let me see how it goes. But when I got here, I didn't see any, red flag. I live in Philadelphia right now, so I'd rather say Philadelphia could be more dangerous than here. My mom did see somebody like stealing and like snatching from a purse from someone, but I mean that happens in Philly too. So in a sense that I feel like a lot of people have a misperception of that Cali is very dangerous, but here a lot of people are just relaxed, and a lot of people say hi, buenas, and I think it's pretty good here. If I get a chance, I would love to live here.
Okay, that's cool. So what about the weather?
The weather is so hot. Well, I'm from Korea, so we have 4 seasons. Philadelphia has similar, I guess it's similar location to Korea, so we have 4 seasons in Philly too. So when you go through that winter in Philly, it's a blessing here, the climate. So it's very hot, but you get a lot of wind, cool wind. It's not humid at all, which is perfect for me.
Yeah, the air is very fresh.
And when I'm in Florida, it's hot, it's good, but it's very humid for me. But here, it's not, so it's good.
But you were in cold and hot cities.
Yes.
Pasto is for
yes.
us it's hot. No, it's cold.
So I went to Ipiales and Pasto and Turcan, and it was really cold. So I had this alpaca or alcapa or something like that that the people
¿cómo se
wear
llama?
from
El
Peru.
poncho. Poncho?
I don't think it was poncho because it was something that the Peruvian people wear.
Okay.
So it was something that goes over top of you. And if without that, I think I would have frozen to death. It was so cold. It was really cold.
Bueno, I was going to speak in Spanish. ¿Qué ciudad ha visitado de Colombia? What cities of Colombia have you been to?
Okay, well, Cali, Pereira. Near Pereira, there's Santa Rosa. There's this place called Guadalupe or something. I forgot.
La de la Roca Grande. Guatapé. El Peñón. ¿Guatapé?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. And then I went to the Ipiales, Pasto, y Turcan in Ecuador. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, what about Ecuador?
Ecuador, we just stayed there for like a couple hours. They use the United States dollars, so it was a little bit more expensive than things were here. So I liked it. It was cold, but I didn't spend too much time over there. But the interesting part was that when I was going from Colombia to Ecuador and Ecuador to Colombia, the borderline security, there was nothing. I just went through with the car and that was it. And nobody stopped us. I guess our car didn't look suspicious.
No, it was because Colombia and Ecuador has good relationship in terms of politics. So basically, we don't need to show our passport when we are going there. Neither them. So we just go and come back whenever we want to.
Yeah. So for me, I thought that if I go to Ecuador, I would get my 90 days the visa thing reset, but then there was nobody to like. There was a long line. So I was like, never mind, I will not do it.
Yeah. Okay. Regarding the money, what do you think? Colombia is an expensive country to visit, to live. Yes. No. Why?
I honestly think it's cheaper because I guess it's because I live in the United States, and if I go to Korea, it's also very expensive over there too. But here, anything can be accessed with like cheaper money. I mean, if you go to good restaurants and stuff, of course it's expensive. But if you want like a little soup or something, some places only like $1 or $2. I think it's perfect to live, and the rent is very cheap. Um, and the using taxis and things like that, it's so cheap. It's very good price. So
Yeah, compared to other currencies, Colombia is going to be the best choice. And because we have many options, no? Regarding food, we have a lot of type of fruits and things like that. What about the people, the Colombian people? How have them treat you? How have been your experience in on the streets? You're a foreigner. What do they tell you?
So, okay. Uh, it has been very interesting because so when I went to Pereira, I went to Parque del Café, and everywhere I went, these people from nowhere they would just call me China, Japonesa, and then they say ni hao and konnichiwa. And at one point, I was like, "This is just a culture. Let me not just take it too seriously." Because in America, it's kind of like if somebody is call you like "konnichiwa" and they just get really offended. But for me, because I guess because I'm Korean, I kind of understand that if people from different country, they saw somebody from like they never seen the nation, they would probably think that, oh my gosh, like that's really different looking person. So I kind of try to understand, but at one point, my sister, who's 17 years old, she got really mad, and she went, "I am Korean. I am not Chinese." So it's kind of like I guess it's a controversial topic, but
Yes.
but so far a lot of Colombians have been very nice to us and they're very caring. They say, "Hey, how are you?" Like they ask us if we ask questions, even though our Spanish is not good. They say, they try to help you out, even though we can't speak it. So it's been very good.
So we try to communicate somehow.
Oh yeah, somehow at some point, like some people would just like, okay, if I'm asking where is an ATM, they walk with you. That all like 5 minutes, 10 minutes doesn't matter. They try to like help you out because they know that I'm a foreigner. And I don't know too much.
So I wanted to ask this question: how different are Colombians and Koreans?
Oh, very different.
Okay, let's see in terms of what of socializing, for example.
So first of all, I guess Korean people, the way that we socialize is very different from Colombians. Our Koreans are very central with food. If there has to be a lot of food or very good food with a lot of drinks, and that's socializing. Well, for kids, maybe it's different. You go to karaoke to sing, sing along the machine, or there's different places to go around. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of places to do things like taking sticker pictures, and there's different things. But in Colombia, I feel like it's more fun in a sense that if you go to like somebody else's house, there's always party, there's music, there's of course food, but I don't think food is like the main thing sometimes. It's a lot of like salsa music and they talking, so it's a bit different. We don't dance too much unless you go to a nightclub or something. So we don't really dance too much. We drink a lot, we eat a lot.
Okay. So, and what do I have? Do you have any jet lag?
um Before, when I was younger, no, but now I do. And my mom probably had to like spend maybe 1 or 2 weeks to get the hang of it. I believe it's like 14 hours or 13 hours difference.
Yes.
So it's completely day and night change. So
Okay. What about the food? Colombian food. Have you tried Colombian food?
has been Colombian food has been good. I love sancocho. We have something like sancocho, which is samgyetang. So we put a lot of Chinese herbal and stuff like that into it. But the sancocho, I just love it. Sancocho de gallina, sancocho de pollo. I love that there's a lot of ensalada in it. There's a lot of ensalada.
And what about the ajiaco? Do you remember that
Yes.
Friday we went to have ajiaco?
I like ajiaco, But for me, it's a little bit too much because it's too much cream. I think some people like cream, but a lot of Koreans like very spicy or like spiky food. So I feel that ayako is, some people might like it, some people might not like it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And what is the food that you like the most?
I love sancocho.
Otra vez con el sancocho.
But con salsa, con the picante.
Okay.
Yes, you know, they create the with the cebolla and tomate, everything. And I love the salsa in the sancocho. What else? The meat
Ay, que se cambió en el video.
and things like that.
Okay, and what about the vegetables? Have you found any different vegetable that you didn't know here?
Ooh, a lot of vegetables and fruits. There's like different looking fruits that I've never seen in my life. Like chontaduro looks
Sí.
like persimmon, but I never seen it. I tried it. You know, it was okay.
Sí.
Lulo, maracuja, everything. I never seen it. Guava. I heard of guava, but I never seen it in my hand before. And there's this fruit with the green one and it's spiky. I don't know what that one. It's big from the tree. And I'm not sure what the name is, but
Ay.
it
Actually-
smells very strong. It's white. Maracuja?
Guanábana?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So those were very different. Vegetables, I think it's pretty much the same, I think. Vegetable-wise.
What about the cities? Because you were in different cities. Do the cities look the same, or is there any difference among them? What about? Do the people change in the city?
Oh,
The
yeah.
Spanish, what do you think about it? Because it's important for people who are planning to come to Colombia to see if.
It's very different. Okay, so I don't know about Bogota yet because I haven't gone to Bogota. Cali, I think, because it's, you know, I've been hearing a lot of Caleños speaking, so for me it's more like standard. I think it was Ipiales. I think I went there and people started speaking very fast, and then not very fast but faster, and then they were speaking in different accent. It was almost like Venezuelan or like Argentinian. It was like more like and I was like like I couldn't understand it, but like accent wise it was like that. I think like living wise it was pretty much the same, but at some point I feel like there were more native Indians here, and there were more African Americans in some villages, and yeah, you know, I feel like there's some like concentrated races in some places, but I've never seen Asians anywhere.
But here we do have Asian people here in Colombia. The thing is that you haven't seen them.
I haven't seen, like, by walking. I did visit the Korean store in Cali, and I saw some Koreans there, and I went to the Yasai Gourmet. It's a Asian market in Colombia, in Cali, and I saw a Japanese lady, but that's about it. I've never seen
Things that you did not like about Colombia or Cali. Be honest.
Let me think about it for a second.
Yes.
I wish we had enough time for this.
It's okay, no, take your time.
I guess a lot. Okay. The things I have to say that I don't like something, maybe that a lot of things close at night very quickly. I mean, some of them are open, but a lot of things close at 6 or 7, and that was one of the problems when I first moved into US too. A lot of things just close, they die. I guess so far in Cali, except that I don't have easy access to Asian food and, you know, like things like that, I don't really see any difficulties. Maybe I think it was very good so far. Internet was good, security was good, the weather is perfect. Nothing really I can think of.
What about your Spanish? Do you consider that you have like gotten the capability to understand a little bit more when people speaks to you, or what? How has been that experience with the Spanish?
Spanish wise, if somebody speaks it, I can understand, I think, 85% of it. But sometimes if somebody uses some different words, I just go like, yay, you know. But speaking wise, I think I've been able to develop it better because I was speaking to some taxi drivers and things like that. I think it's been better.
Okay, good. So, what would you recommend to the foreigners that they are like hoping or they are thinking to travel to Colombia to come? What suggestions would you give to them? Is it necessary to know Spanish to come to Colombia based on your experience, or, I mean, what would you recommend to them?
Um, Again, we're in Cali. If you are coming to Cali, I do think that you have to speak some Spanish, just such as baño or maybe agua, and then learn how to count money, because a lot of people here they don't speak English, and maybe you don't have enough a good internet, so you might not even have like Google Translator on. If you have an offline translator, that's good. Um, and then I feel like if you're coming from a very different country like me, Korea, or like Asian countries, might be good if you bring around your own ahi sauce. I literally when I was in Ipiales, I literally bought a ahi bottle from the restaurant. I asked them, do you sell this in a bottle? And they said they sell it. So I bought it in $1. So some things like that. But so far, things have been good. Just make sure you have like a Visa or MasterCard that you can take money out from Cajero ATM, and yeah,
Okay.
you're all set.
So, in conclusion, some Spanish. If there are things that you need to eat or that you feel that you're not going to find here in Colombia, bring them.
Yes.
And finally, cash, because in some stores or restaurants, they only accept cash. There is no machines.
So I usually a lot of places surprisingly they take Visa and Mastercard. Even in a like village, like you might think that there's no internet. It looks like, but there's always card machine. But not all places have card machines, so it's good to have the cash always in hand.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for being here. It was very interesting to know this part, how you felt here. And do you think that after you left Colombia in a near future or maybe in long-term future, would you come again?
Oh, definitely, because of course because I got married to a Colombian guy, but at the same time, I this country is so warm. Maybe I'll come here for every winter.
Okay, good, good.
So yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Susan. Gracias por estar
Gracias.
aquí. Bye bye.